Alright, what's up, guys? I actually just recorded a um, little recap, but I was actually looking at the wrong time. So, yeah, today we didn't end up checking a trade. Like, we look here, Powell was testifying at 10 a.m., so unfavorable market conditions. We don't want to risk it. So, therefore, I did look for trades and stuff, but I wasn't taking anything. Doesn't count towards the um, doesn't count to our mission to day trading series. Although we would have made money. We would have made money, It's hard. There's freaking when Powell speaks is crazy. Look at this candle right here. Right. A 11 point move up and down. Pretty crazy, and then it comes into here. So, you know, a little bit, scary. So I took I looked at a losing trade here. So I just talked about how, right, we look at higher time fair liquidity, they hold higher power, right? I I had a bearish bias going into the day, which now that I look back at it was a terrible decision, right? Like we had seen like short term, right, buys kind of like going down, right? We see lower lows. What I just do. But we have to realize the market seeks out liquidity. There's no liquidity anywhere anywhere down here, right? I mean, there's like what, you know, an hour order block, right? Like there's like not even really like this breaker block. I mean, like sure if you want to like like price is kind of already in that area. So for that's the first thing we have to realize. I was a bearish bias for whatever reason, right? Like, but there was all this, this liquidity here, this liquidity here, like there's all this, right? So, nonetheless, right, we go into the 5 minute, right, and I took this trade right before market open. So, right, like shorts could have worked. If you see this as like, right, like that price broke here and then it retapped into this 5 minute fair value gap, then look for a 1 minute breakout, like you could have had an entry, I don't know, about like here's probably where it would have happened, and you could have had stops here, or sorry, stops like right above this 5 minute, and you could have gotten good freaking a W trade. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, we started right. We saw this break here. I'm sorry, that didn't break. Okay, I definitely took this trade on NQ then. Yeah, okay. I definitely took this trade on NQ. So we'll get to the winning trade on NQ. This was actually a loss. This was because my bias was wrong and whatnot. So it is definitely, I definitely didn't. Yeah. So it's on this candle closure. Um, I put stops here, and I want to say, I don't know why I didn't have. I don't know where I put my take profit for this, but it was somewhere around this, right? I don't really remember this trade, but it was somewhere close to this. Honestly, I'm sorry. That's the 5 minute break. We wait to get in. We wait till that 1 minute retracement. So this is definitely the trade I took. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay. So, right, we come into this fair value gap here. Wait. What did I see? I saw fair value gap. Get filled. Okay, so I don't really know what I took my trade off of. So this is not good. So somewhere in here, bad trade, right? Just not what you want to do. Just I don't know where I got my entry from, but right, like I don't know, but we get freaking stopped out, right? Like whatnot. Okay, so now like okay, we get this huge move up, right? Like what is this? A 5 point candle? Freaking 7 point candle, right? So you know, huge move up, right? We see a break of structure on this candle closure. I'm sorry, on this candle closure. Was NQ any better? No. NQ is not any better. So we have to wait for this huge market open candle, which already takes out like a 5 minute high on London, right? And now what I'm looking for is I take this trade on the NASDAQ. Now I'm looking for, we're 5 minute bullish. My whole bias, I'm like, okay, we just got to sweep, break structure. Now I'm looking for, confluences. So we have this giant fair value gap I have marked out here, which is actually a very good, confluence right here. We see price. This doesn't really do it justice. It could be up a little bit. Right, we see price come into here, barely just wick into here. Scale into that 1 minute. Right, scale into that 1 minute. Boom, come in. I see a blue candle close out. I'm in, right? I'm straight in that, John. This is our London session high, which I put stops. That's the problem with this trade was there wasn't really a good spot to put, our stop loss. So what I did for my stop loss was I used kind of this area here. I don't know where this line's coming from, but I used these highs here as kind of like a stop loss, which would have held pretty good, and I just gave it a couple extra, but yeah, see, we could have almost got worked out here. If you notice the time here, this is 10 o'clock, okay? This is when Powell is speaking, so market is moving rapidly. Price gets our take profit, comes back down into our fair value gap, right? Comes up, ends up, we marked out this little bit of liquidity, and then I marked out this bottom as my final take profit, which would have been a 2.5. Could have even had some more up here if we marked out like maybe some highs here, but we seeked out a good amount of liquidity today, and then market's been doing this a lot lately, right? Yesterday rips, right? Creates new liquidity, and just overnight London and Asia sessions just kind of makes lower lows and then rips, so we'll see as kind of we came down very far into this, ripped again, and now we're kind of consolidating up here. So what I'm looking at is maybe a bearish bias tomorrow, although we have all this liquidity here. Boom, 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 right? Like, I'd love to see this all get taken out. The only thing is we didn't sweep up here, right? Like, we came into this like order block, right? Like this kind of like, what is 15-minute order block ish, right? Like this order block, right? Came into it, just kind of rejected off of it. So I would love to see what happens tomorrow. my thoughts are going to be big time bearish. We just have so much liquidity. I think that needs to get taken out. And today we'll do my first little crypto analysis too, as I get better and better at this stuff. Right, take a look. I'm a big long time crypto trader. Right, I'm not gonna take daily trades. But we've kind of been in this consolidation phase for a week or so, right? This kind of we're playing in between this support and resistance. So we're playing in between here. If we could get pushes past that 210 mark, right? We see it coming about 209 here, be great. And then that 220 mark will be the final for Solana before we can maybe seek out resistance here at like 230, 240. But not much has been happening on the Solana blockchain. It's said to be a casino, which if you're in the trenches, that, right? Money flows in quick and then it could dump on your head in absolutely no time. But overall, I'm bullish on Solana. I'm bullish on Hyperliquid, right? Like, these are the kind of the key levels I like for Hyperliquid. I really like Hyperliquid. Again, we're kind of consolidating between these two channels, I think. So I would buy when it comes in here, and I would sell when it comes up here. Although I wouldn't really short Hyperliquid because I'm bullish on it long term. So you don't want to short your favorite thing long term. Take a look at Bitcoin. We've kind of been sitting under this 100K point for quite some time. I mean, February 3rd we came up, ripped a little bit, but we haven't kind of come close. There's been some heavy resistance. I would say our pushing point we gotta get past would be like that 100, 102 level. And kind of this level here is some good support. I don't really see it falling below 90, not during the bull run at least. But longs would be kind of good right now where we're at. I think take profits at 100K would be pretty solid. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap up the trade recap for the day. Market analysis. Love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. We have CPI at 8:30. So would love to see out, and we have Powell speaking again. So yeah, we will not be trading tomorrow. We'll be taking a look at the markets. But yeah, guys, this week is gonna be pretty slow. We got PPI and unemployment on Thursday. We'll try to take a trade in there, and then retail sales on Friday. So we'll try to make up for this slow week on Thursday and Friday. But in the meantime, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.